Welcome to the podcast. This is Mr. Ish. We're here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, Coudert Clubhouse. And it's a good topic today. We had a meeting, and we threw some stuff out, and this is what's stuck. So hopefully you guys will like this topic. I think it's interesting. Let's introduce ourselves.
Hi, my name is Chris Valer, and I'm 10 years old.
Chris Belly, she's doing that. She's doing all the dance videos.
Hi, my name is Zael Torres, and I'm 11 years old.
Zael Torres.
My name is Royce Pereira, and I'm 9 years old.
Okay. Well, welcome to the podcast. Today, we actually have a title before we even have the podcast. That's pretty weird. So you want to tell them the title? Yeah, you can tell them the title.
I appreciate every moment that comes because there's no rewind.
I think you took it out of tone, but appreciate your time because there's no rewind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I couldn't fit that in the whole line in the podcast. Chris Belly said, ooh. My okra sounded like a dead pigeon. Sorry, Cardi B. All right, so all right, we're gonna talk about some people, or maybe it could even be somebody that you know. It don't have to be someone famous. But we're gonna start off with you because you started the conversation before you mentioned the name, and I got I started talking to you about it. So just tell everybody who was the person that you had in your mind.
Roberto Clemente.
So tell us a little bit about Roberto Clemente.
He was I don't know if he was the first, but that's what my teacher told me.
No, I got a book downstairs. I think he was the first.
He was the first Puerto Rican person to ever play baseball.
Do you know what team he played for?
I forgot.
He played for the Pirates, Pittsburgh Pirates.
I didn't know that.
Because I know. You know his number?
No.
Number 21. Don't forget it.
Oh, yeah.
It's more famous than 23. I don't care what they say. 23 is only Michael Jordan. 21, Roberto Clemente. Where he's from, you know?
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
I thought I was tricking you that one, you see? I was going to say, you'd be like, I don't know. I got you. Okay. You know. And what he was famous for?
Yes.
Besides playing baseball?
Yes.
Talking to the microphone.
He was... The day he died...
Okay, well, I want to get to the day he died. What else was he famous for besides playing baseball? Or anything about baseball that he did? Let's get to some nitty gritty, and then we get to the sad part. You don't know?
Yes, I do know.
Okay, tell me.
The reason he's famous is because he sends charity to kids, and he sends love to them, and all his Spanish people, he sends love to them, and he keekeeps children entertained.
Okay, well, this is also during the you know what years this was, because this is all right. So people don't know, Roberto Clemente was I would say 70s, 80s maybe, and he was a humanitarian. That's what they called it. When he did well in baseball, he was one of the best baseball players. I think won a batting title and all that. He won a whole bunch of Gold Gloves. He played the outfield. He had a incredible arm. He could throw anybody from the outfield like to home plate and make sure they were out. He was very fast, stole a lot of bases too. So in baseball, he did everything that he wanted to do. He was a great hitter. But with that fame, he took it, and whatever money he made, he also gave back to not only Puerto Rico, but to other islands, Santo Domingo, Haiti, Honduras. And it was tragic that he was in one of those humanitarian missions, and his plane crashed, and he died.
Yeah.
He is in the Hall of Fame, and one of the things that they're trying to do, baseball doesn't retire. Some baseball teams retire numbers. Yankees have a lot of them. This is the only person. Well, no, there's one person, Jackie Robinson. The number 42 was retired from every baseball team, so no one could wear the number 42. So they're also trying to retire from every baseball team Roberto Clemente's number. So that'll be dope, because that'll be a big a big inspiration, and nobody else could wear his number. So in any team.
And there's another dead person.
Whoa, my God! You're just gonna bring this down. Who else?
How much deceased people are we gonna talk about?
Yeah, but just don't mention his name and just keep it going. You better have some information about it.
Rosa Parks.
Oh, you went from baseball to Rosa Parks. I don't know. I
Well,
don't know if we're ready for that. We're gonna skip on Rosa Parks right now. We're gonna go somewhere else. All right. Let's. Do you have a famous person or somebody that you would like to talk about?
yes. It was my dad's mom.
You see, now we're talking. This is something that touches his corazón, his heart, his soul. Thank you.
I don't know how to say her name in English,
Oh,
but
tell me in Spanish. What's her name? Altagracia.
Mamá Mercedes.
Mamá Mercedes. That's Mercedes is the name, and Mamá is just mom. You know, people when Spanish people do this a lot. They call them Doña, Mama, Abuelita. You know, they just add these little terms of endearment to them. So Mamá Mercedes was that was your dad's mother?
Yeah, she died when I was born. Well, not exactly when I was born, but when I was like a month old or like a year old.
Okay, so she died. You really didn't get to meet her, and tell me something important that maybe has been carried on from your grandma.
Well, when nobody was there, like my mom or dad, she would always take care of me. She know how to cook. She would give me milk in those baby bottles.
She'll give you a papu, a papu.
Yeah, you should carry me like this.
You really want a little papu? You want a little chocolate, your papu? That's what she did, a little papu. So she warmed up the milk. She gave you a bottle. So you know what grandparents are really, really good at is just giving that little emotional love, that little hug and holding you and all that. Especially when they have babies, when they're babies.
Exactly that.
So even though you don't remember much about her, you remember that's some of the stuff she did, whether people told you or you have vague.
The people told me. I also saw it in the pictures.
You saw pictures, yeah. That's beautiful. So you feel that's you still have that emotional tie with your grandma.
Yeah, I think it's great grandma.
A great grandma? Okay.
Yeah.
That's 1G. 1G means that she could have been very old. She could have been old. But sadly, people pass away that you love. But it's great that you have this memory of her through pictures and stories and stuff like that. Is Betty?
Rest in
what
peace.
You got? Rest in peace, Grandma. Mama, what is it? Mama Mercedes.
Yeah,
Mama
my
Mercedes.
grandma brother.
Your grandmother's brother. So your uncle,
that
right?
Your
tío.
My uncle, my tío.
Your tío.
He died with COVID.
Oh, he died recently.
Because he come to Puerto Rico, and when he got COVID, my grandma said, "Go to the doctor," and he said, "No, I don't want to go. I'm feel fine." But but my grandma said, "No, you don't feel fine." Then, I think the day they found the died.
This is recently? Oh my God! You're giving me.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Like in 2 months or 1 month.
Yeah,
That's not a long time
10.
ago. That's still recent. I mean, wow, that's a sad story.
Yeah, my mom would cry and cry and cry. And then
Yeah,
we
also
stopped
my
crying.
dad. My mom called my dad, and he sounded really sad. Like,
Oh, you know each other?
yeah, he sounded gloomy, and I decided to turn off the TV and actually talk to him.
So tell me something good about your uncle. Something you remember.
I have photos too.
I know, but we can't show a photo in the podcast. So you have to give me an idea. You have to paint the picture for me. You know how good you're an artist. So now you have to paint the picture for me with words. So tell me something that you remember your uncle doing or saying or something like that.
When I go to Santo Domingo and when I go to her house, when he left, he gave me a hug that broke my back.
He gave you a bear hug and it cracked your back and you heard it go like that.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
what?
he used to give good hugs. He used to pick you up from the floor.
And I like
give you a
it.
hug. Okay. Well,
Oh my God! Wait,
that's cool.
I think I know. Yo sé que tú estás hablando.
We just went to sap right now. So that's cool. So you have a memory of your uncle, him picking you up, giving you hugs and giving you love and You probably have a lot of pictures with him and stuff.
I don't remember what sport he do, but he do a sport.
He played a sport. Well, if he's from Santo Domingo, I'm gonna go on the edge and say he probably played baseball, because Santo Domingo's, there's Puerto Rico, Cuba, anything that's South America. I think their go-to sport is baseball.
He was visiting my family because he live in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but at least we have good memories of these people. I'm going to tell you a story, which I really don't tell my stories, but I'm feeling emotional right now. I had a lot of important people in my life that unfortunately have passed away, and as you get a little older, that's probably one of the worst things that happens. Not that you get older, because people be like, oh, you old. It's not that. It's that the people before you are even older. So they can, they get sick and just age. They could pass away. My grandmother passed away when I was 14. But she's probably, to this day, still the love of my life. She's the one that raised me. So when I was born, I went to my grandmother's house, and I lived with my grandmother all the way till I was 14. So she did everything for me. She was my mom. So when she passed away, I was a little older. But after that, I lived with my mom for like 2 years, and then I went on my own. But she was like the most important person in my life, because she showed me, like your grandmother and your abuelita, she showed me, like how to do math, how to play the piano. Like she spoke to me in Spanish and English so I could learn both languages. We did, multiplication tables together. We played cards, all the things that, that you kind of take for granted now because you have phones and all this stuff. Back then, we didn't have that. So I'm sitting down with her. I watched novelas with her. She used to cheat a lot in cards, and we used to let her cheat because, she's your grandmother. You gotta let her cheat. We used to catch her, though. Me and my cousin used to be like, Grandma, you were cheating. She was like, no, I'm not cheating. But, what you going to say to your grandmother? You can't tell her too many times you were cheating. You don't have to put that, you have to take that for granted. So she used to cheat. But she also made like limbes, little ices. She used to sell ices. And people used to come my door was always open in my house. And people used to come all day buying ices. And they used to be like, wow, you must be happy that your grandma makes ices because you could eat whatever you want. But my grandmother, she wasn't playing like that. She let me eat 6 ices a day. That was it. If she found 7 cups, I get in trouble. So I got, throughout the day, I go play baseball, come back, eat an icy. My friends come, you want an icy? They'll buy icy, I'll eat an icy. But she kept that number cup, she kept counting those numbers, and she made sure that I didn't eat more than 6 ices. If not, I had to go out there and ask for a quarter and buy my own icy. So I usually save like at least 2 for the nighttime. So when you're sitting on I don't know if your grandmother's had a plastic on their couches. You ever had the plastic on the couch?
Yeah, I had that.
Maybe in your great-grandmother's house or somebody. But when they have the plastic on the couch and it's 98 degrees outside and you got shorts or a tank top, you stick into that plastic. So you want something to cool you off. So I used to have my ices then. I used to save 2 ices for the nighttime. And sometimes I used to sleep on the couch. So, my face was all feeling like rubber from drooling on the how you call it, on the plastics. So that's my memory.
That
of my
sounds
grandma.
like a good grandmother.
I had a great grandmother.
Yeah.
I just, there's nothing that, but it's, what's great. She passed away such a long time ago, and to this day, you always remember little things, and now that I have my own kids, I make sure that I hug my kids, that I talk to my kids, all those little things that sometimes people take for granted. I make sure I do it all the time. So like today, I'm working late, and it's good because I'm doing something for my family, providing money. But at the same time, it's sad because I put my daughters to sleep every day. So by being here with you guys and helping you, there's somebody else that gets the other end of it.
Is it possible you can send them here, like?
You know what it is that we live in Manhattan, so it's kind of hard. And this is not my normal schedule, but I'll be here today to 9. They go to sleep at 8. I'll probably call them at 7:50, to wish them good night.
But at least when they get older, they can sleep more late, right?
My daughters wake up real early. Sometimes they wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning. Yeah, and they stay up too. They stay up. I can't. I don't know how they do it.
I remember I stayed up playing with my Nintendo Switch.
No, I don't know how. There's no reason why you should be up at 4 a.m. I don't care if there's an iPad, no iPad.
It can be bad for you. Like it's bad for your
eyes.
But when
for
you think
your
of it, if they
eyes.
go to sleep at 8, look, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. By
I
4
sleep at
o'clock,
12.
by 4 o'clock in the morning, they really slept 8 hours already. So I'm asking them to sleep maybe 10, 12 hours a day. Because they go to sleep early. I wish they go to sleep at 8 and wake up at 8. That's not going to happen. We don't need alarm clocks in my
Wow,
house.
that's a lot. A Friday, I sleep at 12
12 o'clock. You
or
got
at
to be crazy.
1 or at 1.
Friday, you know what's the bedtime for my daughters? 9 o'clock.
What?
In the summertime, you know what's bed for them?
What?
9 o'clock.
Nope.
Yep. It's still daylight outside.
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Now you gotta hear you crazy. My son, his time to go to bed changed when he was a teenager, maybe about 15. Then he could go to bed at 11:30.
Ooh.
Before that, it was 10 o'clock.
How old he has right now?
How old is he now? 23. So right now he don't got no bedtime.
Yo. Wow.
Yeah.
I sleep at 10.
He called me the other day at 2:30 in the morning. I said, I don't know what you think. If I was gonna answer the phone, I was scared. I thought something happened to him. He was like, nah, just just got out of work. Just wanted to say hi. I said, not at 2:30,
Well,
bro.
I was like, yeah, good for you. I sleep at 9:30. Oof.
What's your bedtime?
I sleep at 10, but like on Friday, on the weekends, I sleep when I want.
What about you,
I
Royce?
sleep at 1 o'clock.
What you got?
I sleep whenever I want.
All the time?
On Friday or
No, Monday through Friday. What time? Monday to Thursday. What time you go sleep? School days.
9 o'clock.
on Mondays.
It's not that hard. What's the time?
11.
It's too late.
Yeah, that's a bit
It's-
too late.
You're gonna give me a whole story back and forth.
too
It
late.
may be Friday 11, and I don't even think so. But Monday through Friday, Monday to Thursday, 11 o'clock, not it. How old are you?
You're gonna be like an hour.
9.
You're 9 years old. You should not sleep past your the age that you are.
I'm 11.
9 o'clock. Your age is 9. You should go to sleep at 9. When you're 10, you go to sleep at 10.
How about 11?
You go to sleep at 11.
I'm 10.
Okay,
How
you go to
about
sleep
12?
at 10.
How
When
about
you
12?
when you're 12, then you're almost a teenager. You should be working already. You should be doing some chores and doing some other stuff. Come on, man.
What did you say?
Yes, you should be working. Come on, man.
I have another person that's passed away.
All right.
I have to go to school.
Hurry up, because we're gonna have to end this podcast sooner.
I
or
have
later.
to go to
It's-
college.
It's actually a
Yep.
pet.
A pet? Who is it? Pepe?
No,
What's your
like
pet's name?
a dog.
It's a dog.
Okay, so he passed away, but you
It's a
feel
she, actually.
she you feel emotional tie to she.
Yes.
What is it? What's the dog's name?
Her name was Luna.
I think you talked about her before. Luna means moon.
Yeah.
And
I got a dog and he died for electricity.
you got electrocuted?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough.
Her name is Perla. Yeah, Perla.
Bella. Bella is pearl, in case you don't know. I'm a good translator.
I have 3. 2 live and 1 died.
Okay.
Another is Chiquita, the big one, the mom.
Chiquita is the big one?
Yeah.
Chiquita
the
should be the small one.
The mom.
Okay, maybe she was a chihuahua.
And the other one is Princesa.
Yeah, princess. I had a dog. My first dog was named Peppy. Peppy was a gray poodle.
El Baby.
He was cool. Then one of my favorite dogs was my dog Polo. He was a Rottweiler, but he was really, really big, and he looked real mean too. But he was one of my favorite dogs. He was like a big bear. He
Don't judge your
passed away,
book
too.
by its cover.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me twisted. If I walk with him in the street, don't get next to him. But in the house, I had a stepdaughter at the time. She used to eat his food with him. She used to ride him like a horse. But when he was outside, he didn't play around. He was all about security. He was outside. He'd get next to me. He was, everything was growling at you.
Almost every dog is like that.
No, almost every dog. But
What happens if they meet each other?
they become defensive. They want to,
Yo,
wanna
my
be
dog,
defensive.
my other dog, I got 2 dogs.
Your dog is dead, you said, right?
No, I got 2 new dogs.
All right. Well, we're not talking about dogs that are living. we're talking about stuff that was dead.
Pero él es rabioso.
All right, rabioso. We're gonna end this podcast. It was nice and simple. And what was the name of the podcast?
I forgot.
You forgot the name of the podcast? You have to enjoy the time because you can't press rewind. Come on, man. That was a great title.
See ya. Bye. Woo. Woo, woo, woo. Rest in peace.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check.
And we're out of here. That's a go.